Support for this podcast is brought to you by the Wyoming Humanities. We take a closer look at our human experiences and use stories to explore culture, history, and contemporary issues. You can find us on thinkwhy.org.
You can see augmented reality through your phone, and that's what people do when they look at my art.
Hello, I'm Emmy DeGrappa, and this is What's Your Why? Each week we bring you stories asking our guests the question why. We learn about their passion, why they do what they do, why should we care, and what can we learn? What better place to explore the human landscape than from the state known for its incredible landscapes, Wyoming? And what better organization than Wyoming Humanities? Serving our state for over 45 years, we share stories, ideas, and wisdom about the human experience. Welcome to What's Your Why? Today, we are talking to Zenka. Zenka is a Los Angeles-based artist who makes art for the galactic age. Welcome, Zenka.
Thank you.
And more specifically, she is an artist that does augmented reality art.
That's right. Augmented reality art.
Define augmented reality, first of all.
Sure. It's a very new technology that people are working very hard to make happen. It is basically where you can take your cell phone or a tablet or even a headset. You put it on and you can see virtual objects on top of the real world. And those objects can be 3D, so you can take your phone and move it to the right and see the right of something, or you can take it to the left and see the object from the other side. So it's this bizarre world where all of a sudden you're putting three-dimensional virtual objects into everyday life. So you can add a dragon, or you can add information about how to fix your printer. What buttons are you supposed to turn? It's signaling an age where we are going to be gesturing with our computers. We're going to be talking to our computers. The idea of a mouse is going to go away. You're going to just grab into the air information. You're going to organize your computer the way you want. You want a screen here? Put it there. You want to move a screen there? Put it there. So your grandma is going to be able to use a computer very easily, naturally, because we're going to have information in the world and we're going to be able to touch it and move it around and merge it with our world.
So how do you compare that with the 3D gaming that you can do, where you kind of put yourself inside of a game?
Well, there's virtual reality where you can actually put on a headset and you can get into another world. But it's not only gaming that you can do this. So you can step into a documentary. You can go to the Great Wall of China and put on a headset and look around and look at the birds and look at the floor and look at whatever you want. The idea of immersion on steroids. You will be in these experiences using virtual reality. And it's so real. The headsets have gotten so advanced that your body can't tell that you're not really on the Great Wall of China.
Well, what is the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality?
Virtual reality blocks out your field of view. You can't see anything. You're just in the world. Whereas augmented reality is your world in the radio station, but we're seeing other objects added to it. One is blocked out. You can't, you're in somewhere, another world, and augmented reality is taking your world. So it's kind of like having a clear glass. So you do it with regular glasses. So you're looking around, you're going through your day, but then all of a sudden information shows up. It's hard to imagine it. The best way to do it is to go on YouTube and search, augmented reality and see some kinds of demos. There's a lot of companies that have started using it, like IKEA. So you put your phone up and you can see what your table is going to look like in your house.
Right.
So the only thing that's different is this new table that you're trying to check out. And, Legos do it with their boxes, so the kids can walk up and they can twist around a box and see the full Lego spaceship on top in 3D as they move it around. They can see what it would look like built.
So that's already happening.
It's already happening. The headsets haven't arrived yet. We're still working on those. But you can see augmented reality through your phone, and that's what people do when they look at my art. They install a free app on their phone and boom, they can either look at it online or walk down the gallery wall and see it come to life in a way that's almost magical. It's hard to believe as an adult that these three-dimensional images can pop out of the wall. It's just wild.
How did you start down this path? How did you take on this journey?
I'm an impatient person, and I've always been obsessed with the future and what's next, and I've always been really curious about what's coming. A friend introduced me to this technology, and you will see once you try it, it is so mind-blowing that it has caused every single tech company to drop everything and start entire departments. We're talking Google, Microsoft, Apple, Samsung, Sony, and then a ton of small companies like Fove. All these people are rushing because this is going to be the new operating system. We've got the internet, we've got our cell phones. This is the next thing, and it's going to cause a paradigm shift in the way that you do everything. You're not going to try clothes on when you go shopping. You're just going to see the clothes on you without having to go and take off your pants and put it on. You'll be able to see it. So it's going to affect the way we do everything. Communicating to learning.
Right. I'm too picky, though. I have to try on my jeans.
Well, you'll have a body scan. I think you can already do that. So it knows how those jeans are going to fit you. The less advanced system just kind of put on your glasses. You can do that now, or you can go online and try on different glasses with your photo. But yeah, you'll have a scan of your body, 3D scan, and you'll be able to see how things fit.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
So
and this
crazy.
stuff is right around the corner. All this technology has been moving so fast. One of the things, there's an augmented reality headset that Canon did in 2013. Guess how much it cost?
How much?
$125,000 plus $25,000 a year. Now, granted, they were selling it to industrial, for companies, but now, when these things are going to be released, they're going to be $1,000. And then in 3 more years, it's just going to be part of your whatever, quote unquote, cell phone plan. You know what I mean? It's going to be, you just pay $30 a month or so. So this technology is moving quickly. People are passionate about it. People that work in this industry don't even care about money. They're so excited about this. I mean, you go to these conferences and you can just taste the passion and excitement in the air of bringing this new world into being. Because it's something we don't know. It's a new thing. We don't know how it works. We don't know what it's good at doing. We're just having fun with it right now, and it's surprising us at every turn.
What came first, the artist or the technical guru that you are now?
Well, I don't know. My mother was an artist, so I was surrounded by art my whole life, but I never had the courage to become an artist. So I made my living in technology, in film and technology. And then my husband convinced me to stop and do my passion. And it took a year to get my bearings. And now I wake up every day and I'm so grateful that I know that this is my purpose. This is my calling in life. And I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's really exciting. It's like riding a magic carpet, It's really, really exciting. I'm very grateful.
Are there people that are fearful of this new technology, that find it a threat or maybe not good or healthy for us?
Of course. When radio came out, it was like, oh, this is terrible. It's going to ruin everything. That is one of the things that I want to study in this next year. I believe the world is getting better, but a lot of people think the world is getting worse. And it's in part because humans have this innate fear of change because it's unknown. I'm scared of the unknown. I'm scared of new things. I mean, we're all kind of scared of new things because we don't know what to expect. But we're living in an extraordinary, extraordinary moment in history where change is going to be part of our lives. Fortunately or unfortunately, we're living in a world of change, and it's just going to be moving more and more quickly. We have to learn how to be curious about change. And one of the things that I've learned about virtual reality is that it's surprising us. When you put on a virtual reality headset and you put someone into an experience that they've never had, maybe you're putting them in another culture, maybe you're changing their gender, maybe you're sending them to another country, they feel compassionate. It's like getting to live in someone else's shoes. And that's what we've always tried to do in storytelling. That's what we do in storytelling, in books and movies and whatever. So this takes it to a deeper level, and it's causing people to feel very empathetic and compassionate. And I think that that's an important part of the world today, is finding compassion in our lives toward people that are different, because we've got one planet, we've got a lot of people with different customs and cultures and ideas. And our ability to build that compassion is one of the things that's important. Virtual reality is already being used in the United Nations to change the votes on the refugee crisis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's being used to change laws about solitary confinement. It's being used to train policemen to understand these situations that happen really quickly. And it's being used to train everyday people of how these things happen. One of the exciting things is that these cameras, virtual reality cameras, are $100. The cheapest ones are $100. That's one of the beautiful things about technology changing, is that everything gets cheaper. And you and I can write a book and publish it. You and I can make a mini movie and put it on YouTube. You and I can do all these cool things. And you and I are going to be able to share experiences. You want to share giving birth with your grandma who lives 3,000 miles away. You're going to be able to send them a 360 of your first day at college, or some moment that you really want. And they're going to feel like they're there with you. Technology is not about technology. It's about human beings connecting. That's what we want technology for. And that's why the internet is so powerful, because it connects people that have similar interests, and it connects families that are separated. You know, this is an exciting time where we're going to become more connected, and we're going to be able to tell stories. Everyday people are going to be able to tell beautiful, awesome stories in an easy way that's going to be very powerful.
Do you hear, a lot of talk about how our kids are becoming disconnected because all they do is text and they're on their phone? And
Yeah. So I have a son that's 2 years old, and I have a husband who's a gamer and a programmer. So I know what it's like to have him on the computer, disconnected, playing, and me, there. And you kind of want to be in that world, but they're in that world. But then again, he will not play a game unless his friends are there. So he socializes. We have this concept that gaming is you sitting alone on your computer. And some of that has been how gaming has been up until now, because it's not so advanced. Virtual reality and the newer games are social games. That's what compels people. My husband will not play the game if his friend's not there, because it's not fun for him. These are friends that he has in real life, but you can play with people that you don't know physically. So he plays with a guy in Florida and his friend in Chile, and they laugh and they joke, and they're like, get over here. No, wait, run over here. Oh, wait, come, help me. So they're problem solving in a world together. And I think that that's going to change the way that we think about being in this virtual world, because we're going to be with our friends and family. And the other cool thing about augmented reality is that I see great intersections between being in the real world and being in a new world. So let's say you take your family out to the desert, you get out of the car, it's really hot, you pull out your headsets in the future, and you walk through a beautiful park, and you see mirages created by artists that are superimposed in that park. Or you go to a park here in Jackson and you see extinct animals that used to live there peeking behind trees. So you're looking at the park, you're having an experience outside, but you're adding, imaginary animals that have been created by kids in the school that are playfully playing in the park. So kind of like Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go came out. I wanted to write them a letter and thank them, because my husband wanted to leave the house all weekend long. He's like, oh, let's go to the Santa Monica Pier. Oh, let's go downtown to the different areas, because if you go to those areas, you could get little Pokemon. So it was like everybody wanted to run and explore the parks in the world. And so that's a way that we have to stop thinking about a computer being this desktop thing that's right in front of you, because it's going to be in the world around us. And it's what we make of it.
What is your message that you want people to walk away with when they see your artwork?
Well, I always like when my artwork is funny. It's not always funny, but I love when people laugh. My street art has to do a lot with where we are in time and talking about why the world is getting better and why we're so unique living in the time that we're living now. And I think my augmented reality work, I want people to have fun, and I want it to spark ideas, and I want them to be wowed. I want them to see this magic and be excited about it. Because it's a whole world of possibilities, and we're going to make beautiful experiences with it.
And so just the everyday person will be able to create their own augmented reality. They'll be able to create a piece of artwork or... Yeah, how will they do that?
Yeah, so this week I went to the high schools in Jackson Hole, and I taught a 2-hour workshop, and they all walked away with a piece that they created. You remember websites where you needed to have a programmer to program your website? It's like major situation. Now you can log on to WordPress and kind of move things around and create your own pages, right? It's getting easier to do stuff for everyday people. And augmented reality is the same way. If you go to erasma.com, they make it easy to do something fun on your phone or do something fun online and share it with someone. So it's just going to get easier and easier. People are making tools for people to express themselves in new ways. And you don't have to be a genius programmer anymore, and that's what's so exciting.
Well, describe some of the finished products that kids walked away with.
Right. Well, so the idea was that we were going to redefine the portrait, the self-portrait. People had a picture of themselves that they took, and then with augmented reality, they were going to reveal something personal about their lives, about who they were, and show us another side of them. And they created the most amazing, well thought out, beautiful things. Because that's one thing. I mean, you can't just throw technology at an idea and have it be good. I mean, 3D movies, I'm not going to pay for a 3D movie. It's not worth it. So just having technology is not enough. These guys thought about what they wanted to reveal, and they did experiences from their childhood where they'd be sitting in a park as a child, a picture that their parents had found that was black and white, and then they took a same picture of them as an adult and they were standing there. Or it was them standing there with a volcano that was suddenly exploding in the background, you know what I mean? Or they would completely change their hair and the way they looked and the way they presented themselves to the world. So it showed their hobbies, it showed their ideas, it showed the way that they thought about their image and themselves.
Oh my gosh.
I was blown away. I loved it.
I want to take one of your classes.
Excellent. Yeah.
I don't know if I'll have time. When do you leave?
I leave on Sunday, but I'll be back next year to go even deeper into this technology. And since we've taught a bunch of people how to use this, and really, I mean, we live in a day and age where you have a personal tutor. You go on Google and you say, how do I do X, Y, Z? And your personal tutor says, okay, do you want a video? Do you want a web page? Come along, I'll show you. You know, that's the world we're living in, and it's really fun. So if you roll up your, sleeves and sit down in front of a computer, you can figure it out. And Erasma will walk you through it as well.
Just my final thoughts about this is you have to physically go to a job to make your money every day, whatever. How do you think that's going to change how we work, how we do real work, how we're productive?
I think technology is coming in to help us, more people, become their own boss. It's hard to be your own boss. You have to be disciplined, but it can be fun as well. So you look at software, decentralized software, for example, Airbnb. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's a way that you can rent out your room, your couch, your whole house. Some people go to stay with their friend. It's a simple system that anybody from anywhere in the world can use to make an income. Same with Uber. I mean, Uber is really big in LA. So students need a second job. They can drive people around in their car, and then their kid gets sick. They don't have to call their boss and tell them they can't come in. They just don't show up. It doesn't matter. It's the software enables them to show up when they need to show up, work when they want to work, and it just plugs them in when they want to go. I mean, we've already seen how telecommuting is a wonderful thing. I mean, virtual reality and augmented reality will make that even better. So my husband works from home, but he's on video chat with 5 different engineers. and they're all working, collaborating together. This whole idea of location and being somewhere is going to go away. Things change and you say, oh, well, we can't lose jobs if we change this. We're just going to make new jobs. I mean, we've already gone through incredible transformations. Hopefully, we'll be working less in the world. I mean, like, it pains me to see all of us working so many hours a week to pay our bills when life slips away from us. You know, in Argentina, I lived in Argentina for 10 years, and they have a lot more federal holidays kind of sprinkled throughout the year. And those were wonderful days where we spent with our families and we like took a break from the grind of working. And it's important to have that work-life balance and stuff like that. So if you save 2 hours commuting because you can that's 2 hours of your life that you have back.
Every day, right?
Every day, that adds up.
Right. And sometimes it's 2 hours each way.
Right. Sometimes it's like that. Yeah. So, I mean, I work with the guy in Argentina, and his team is made of 3 people in the United States, 2 people in Latin America, and they work every day and they build cool stuff together. This is new territory. This is new. It's only gonna get better. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's been such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of What's Your Why, a production of Think Why, Wyoming Humanities. This has been executive producer Emmy DeGrappa. Please subscribe and never miss a show. For more information, go to thinkwhy.org.